So it's time for all of you to undergo the Dance of Seven Winds. But before you do that, I wanted to give you a chance because chances of coming back to Kirsabal after this, because you're going to get some distance out of this. So I want to make sure you have a chance to do whatever you need to do in Kirsabal. So is there anybody you want to talk to, or
We need some supplies, like rations, like real
yeah?
bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm keen to buy some rations.
I want to talk to Ashara and ask her to translate the writing that was on the walls in Nangalore.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because what's his butt wouldn't tell me.
Sure. Okay. So let's
And now
let's
he's like emotionally compromised.
let's start there.
With all the rude graffiti.
So yeah. So the first, each of you will get a chance to do something. So that's what you're gonna do.
Yep.
Arcturus. Okay. So where did you remind me again? Because I have a list of all the graffiti, but I have it by location. So where did you get it from?
I got graffiti off of, let me see, the southwest pit wall.
Okay, so that graffiti. So she looks at you and she says, she's like, yes, these are in ancient Omuan, a language few speak any longer. This one, and she like goes through them and looks at them. Let's see. So terraces, domes. Where's the garden? Here we go. Okay, which one was it? Southwest?
Southwest pit wall, yeah.
Okay. She says, this one says, without dreams, eternity is unbearable. Not much as far as poems go. A little bleak for me.
And then there was the one that was at the feet of Gowl.
Okay. So this one she looks at and she searches through her notes to try to find it. And she thinks that it would have been nice to have had 5 minutes of warning to look these up in advance.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm just teasing you. It's okay. So this one, let's see. Where's Gowl here? Poisonous snakes. Okay, we're in the right territory. Let's see here.
I forgot until like we went to break and bellows.
Here we go. She says, this one says, once a thief, forever a slave. I don't know if I understand the logic there, but all right.
It was referring to, and I don't know if Gal, like this is probably later, so Gal's probably not like in the room, or if he is, then I would just like
probably Waxenari is like just making him do stuff for her.
Yeah, it's great. It's referring to Gowl, the man that we brought to you. He attempted to steal something from the garden and was petrified by Queen Zalcore.
She nods.
Who resides there.
She says, well, whoever wrote this has a strange idea of what forever means. This Gowl doesn't look like a slave to me.
I freed him.
That's either very merciful of you or you've just made someone very angry.
Probably both. Yes, I don't think I wrote down anymore. But I would ask her, like, now that we've been to the garden, did you know that this long forgotten exiled queen lived there?
Lived? No. I mean, it was a long, long time ago. So anyone who could have been exiled to such a place certainly would have died of old age.
She did not appear dead to me. But I didn't.
That is a common problem in Chult these days. Things that should be dead are not. Like grass and sea, I think.
Oh, well, yes. Right. You should probably. I don't know how often you have use for this orchid, but it is very dangerous to go to Nangalore. What other things is this used for? We encountered some people in burgundy cloaks that wished to, well, take it from us by force.
Were these men from Chondath? She means like what, white people?
Yes.
She nods.
I suppose.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the one that she took the rubbing from. Right, I forgot.
She says, some people believe that A thing has value because it is desired. It is not the purpose of the thing, but simply that others want it.
These people engage in speculative purchasing of real estate in the city I live in, and I hate them.
That's right. It's not that it's valuable, it's that lots of people want it, and it becomes valuable because of that.
Well, is it? I mean, obviously, it is a very powerful and sought after, but is it used for things other than this specific ritual that we are to do? I've never encountered it before. I am curious.
I suppose there are a great many flowers you've never encountered before.
Quite.
This one in particular is sacred to the jungle, has ritual purposes. I suspect that there are others to whom it would be valuable for their own magic, but I know of only the dance that requires it.
Well, I mean, that in itself is very powerful magic, and we are grateful for your work. I should probably stop keeping you from it. Thank you. Oh, there was this rubbing that Ishi did.
What is it of?
It was the one up the stairs.
The one up the stairs.
In the
Oh, you mean at the top
Yeah.
of the
Yeah, I forgot to ask
okay.
about that.
Sure.
I just want to know what they all say.
Yeah.
I didn't write them down, so I'll forget. But
She
it's nice.
she says, a longer one, this one. It says, true love, faithful general, safe will you rest in Nangalore eternal. None will disturb you while I live. Such is my vow of penance, and for my sins I cannot die. Serious.
What sins caused the queen to be exiled?
I do not know for certain. I never met the woman.
She didn't seem to want to talk about that in particular.
If you were exiled from your home, taken away from your throne, from your people, would you feel likely to talk about it?
Well, I guess probably not. I'm not exiled, but I am not among my countrymen very often. I suppose it would be a sore subject. I can consult the history books, I suppose.
The garden, which we call Zalcore, was built as Kananji, but it was made to honor Queen Zalcore, something as beautiful as she. It became her prison. She fled there after her exile, where most, I think, thought that she died. If she's still alive, that's going to prove a complication in the future, but one thing at a time.
Yes. Well, I mean, now you know that at least someone calling themselves Queen Zalcore lives, or some semblance of living, in the gardens of Nangalore. If perhaps we shall return and help you with that later, when Mwaxanare wishes to come out of hiding here. But I mean, Omu must be taken care of, so I'll leave. And thank you for everything.
Yeah. So you kind of get up and you're like, sorry, gotta go. Thanks.
Yeah,
Bye. And she just nods and shakes her head. Just kind of chuckles as you leave.
Yeah.
Ishi, what are you up to? What are you going to do in the day that it takes to prepare?
Like I said, we gotta get supplies, so I gotta find some
Oh, yeah. So you want to trade? You want to trade with the
Yeah.
Aarakocra?
Yeah.
Little Fox is with her for
Okay.
this.
So we fade in on like, there's probably, what are you trading for? Like rations and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
mostly.
So it's like probably like a big, like a, well, not I don't know, warrior explorer birds, but a big like nesting like Aarakocra, a big fat bird. And he's tapping a desk, and there's a bunch of like supplies piled up that he's brought up for you. And he's like, no, not enough gold, more gold. And the two of you are like haggling
But this
over.
is
exactly the amount that I would pay back in Port Nyanzaru. No more than this. It's not worth
in
it.
Port Nyanzaru. In Kirsabal. More gold in Kirsabal.
Okay, but how much more?
And he like rubs his little feathered hands together. Much more. But you're hanging for you tell me what's on the shopping list and we'll make a roll to see how much he wants to charge you.
How many rations do we need, Andrew?
Let's see. I've got. Where did I put my rations?
Because your rations are both yours and mine. Because I can't carry a bunch of rations, or I'll be encumbered. So.
Where did I write this down? How can I not? Here we go. Sorry. So I have 9 rations at the moment.
Okay.
I think it would be wise to have 20.
Okay, so we need like 11 more.
Okay.
11 more rations.
Yeah, I have 10 still, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, inexplicably the cost of rations goes up the further into Chult you get.
Weird.
Yeah, but he does have a suit of gold armor he could sell you. All right, let's
Whoa,
see.
rad!
Which, yeah, weirdly, despite being made of gold. How much is it? It's 5 silver for a ration?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're looking at 5 gold if you want 10 of them?
Pretty much.
Okay. So he wants to charge you 10 gold because he does, because that's what he wants. But you can make
I'm going to haggle him down with my amazing haggling
Wait,
powers.
what else does this guy have?
Probably not much. What else are you looking for?
I mean, like, he's got a suit of gold armor. Does he have,
He doesn't
like...
actually have a
He
suit of gold armor.
doesn't
That was just a
actually
really
have a
bad
suit of
Final
gold
Fantasy joke.
armor.
Oh, I'm
Just
sorry.
No.
I don't know
yeah, like,
Final
they don't-
Fantasy, okay?
They're not, this isn't like a town in the sense of like people travel through here. So they just hunt their own food. And so what he would have to give you is like food from their stores.
Yeah.
This isn't
it's
a
gonna
town.
come-
it's
It's going to come dearly.
yeah, it's a
Okay,
monastery.
I'm
And they
gonna
don't
try.
really trade. So we'd have to
I'm
leave
gonna-
to trade it.
I'm gonna try and persuade him down. That's
Okay.
my plan.
And what is our what does success look like here? Do we reduce the cost back to what we should have been
Success
paying?
looks like I'm
initially?
paying
or-
their prices. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think if you like critically fail, the price will end up going up. Like if you get a 1, if you get a 20, then you'll pay regular price. I think if you can succeed, let's say like a DC like 15 persuade check, you can get it for like a 50% markup on the normal.
So it'll be
like 7 gold and
7
5
gold,
silver.
50. Yeah.
Okay, 10 is way too much. You're just trying to rip me off. Here, look, you should come down to a reasonable price, and then we can all pay like and trade equitably instead of this like ripping me off stuff.
Okay, all right. So he stays firm. He's like he knows that if you like you don't really have much to haggle on, because if he doesn't take your gold, he just gets to keep the food and then you have to starve. So he's just like, no.
Okay, so I pay him the 10 gold,
Yeah.
but then I steal 2 more rations off the table with sleight of hand.
Okay, so
All right.
so
I will remove 10 gold from my
okay.
inventory here. That's done. And so Little Fox is just doing business in a straight up way, like
Mhm.
taking the rations, putting them in her bag, like checking them out, making sure that they're
Look, it's not stealing
Yeah,
if I needed
cool.
more than them. Okay. So I'm gonna sleight of hand two more rations off the table while he's not looking.
Okay, so rations
That
are
worked.
they're pretty big, but you're pretty dexterous. So
16?
Yeah, I think with a 16, that's fine. You can during the transaction you can scoop 2 rations.
I just slightly push one like into the grasping arm of
like as Little Fox is
like
taking
grabbing the rest of them.
big
Yeah.
scoops of them. Yeah. Okay. So I have 22 rations instead of 20.
So yeah, we pan up very quickly through the clouds, and then up in the clouds we see Uptao, and he's looking down. He's just like, "Oh, come on!" Then we zoom back down.
Have a
So
freaking monastery elf.
yeah,
please.
it's just
Utah, who is voiced by Morgan Freeman, of
yeah.
course.
No, he just is Morgan Freeman, like just straight up.
Not
Oh,
voiced by
I don't
actors.
know why they
Listen,
tried
if
to steal
If
rations.
Uptao didn't want me to steal shit, then Uptao could come back from his self-imposed exile, descend from the heavens to me, and tell me that.
If
thought that
Uptao
was
didn't want you stealing from his temple, he'd be around.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's good. You walk outside and Morgan Freeman is there and he's like, "Oh, Ishi," and then he punches you into space.
You should have thought twice before taking those rations.
I love it. Yeah. So you managed to scoop them into little Fox's arms. Little Fox, maybe you're not even aware that this is happening. I think this probably happens a lot where you walk out of a shop and you have stuff in your pockets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Little Fox is super oblivious.
You're the baby carriage that Ishi stuffs things in. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So while the two of you are doing that, Malik, what are you? Is there anything you want to do in Kirsabal before you go?
Yeah, the Queen Moxonare asked me to speak to her before I leave, right?
She did. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd like to do that because I have some things I need to ask her as well.
Okay. All right. So you find her in her like dwelling, and she's sitting on a stool, and Gowl is fanning her with a leaf when you walk in, and she's just like sitting there, kind of like waiting for you when you come in, and she looks at you and she says, "You may approach."
And he bows and says, "Honored am I to be allowed such a generous boon as to become closer to your presence. So, what was it you wanted?"
And she grins. Like you can see on her face, she's just like, "Yeah, everybody's finally figuring it out."
He delivers it in the same tone I do though. It's
Oh
just
yeah, yeah. But she wants so badly for people to be all like suck up to her that she's just happy that you're even saying it. She doesn't notice because remember she's like a teenager, right? And she's just like, "Yeah, everybody treat me like a queen," which I am, of course. So she she smiles, she nods, and she says, "I have a quest for you and your friends. I have not seen anyone of your type, adventurers who are brave enough, strong enough to be willing to take on this quest for me. But I think that you and your friends could do this if you survive Omu and if you kill Ras and Si. I want you to bring something back."
I'm listening.
She says, "The teacher told me a story. One of the sacred treasures of Omu, a jeweled goblet, crafted from a skull of a long-dead king. I want you to find it for me. It is in Omu, and with it, I will show all of Chult their queen has returned. This will help them to believe me."
Very well. I imagine us will be at the palace and we will ostensibly be heading there to kill this snake man.
If you find the chalice and bring it back to me, I will be very pleased, and I am a good person to please. And when I and my brother return to Port Nianzaru and take our place from those merchant princes, I will be sure that everyone knows you and your friends were responsible. Or at least you helped. And she grins.
Yo, I don't know if I want to be on the hook for this. When the tyrant returns and takes back the reins of power.
Yeah, because currently, civilized Chult, right, the place where most people live, which is like Port Nianzaru, the tiny speck on the end of the peninsula, it's run by a merchant consortium who seized the country back from their colonizing invaders, and she's just gonna be like ride out of the jungle on an elephant with her like fucking magic cup you brought her and be like, "The queen has returned, fools." But that's what she wants. She wants you. You can add it to your quest log. The item is the skull chalice of Chigakure. I can spell that for you.
Yeah,
if
please
you'd
spell
like.
that. Skull chalice.
It's a skull chalice. So you have the proper noun to ask Let me see if I can get the pronunciation right.
Chugakare.
It's pronounced, according to this, Chugakare.
Chagakare, the skull chalice of Chagakare, which is in Omu in the palace.
Somewhere in Omu, yep.
Okay.
One of the fabled treasures of Omu.
Got it. Done. Donezo. On the list. Oh, I guess we've already gone. Wait, I can cross some stuff off. We went to Kirsabal.
Yep.
We wanted to fly to the heart of Ubtao while we have wings to fly. And then, yeah, Rothency and Yuan-Ti Omu. That's like the same thing as the.
Can you make sure you separate like quests that I give you from shit that you want to do? Because you'll get XP for one, and the other you will not.
So I'll try and organize it.
Yeah, none of those requests I gave you.
I mean, Wakanga Vorn.
Yeah, that's a quest that I gave you. Yep. Yeah, Wakanga,
Yeah.
he wants you to go and find Vorn or whatever that is. You already got XP for going to Orlunga, but this is an NPC driven quest, so you let me know. Like I'll give you XP when you do it.
Oh, okay. So
Just
got
separate the two, because you could be like, we want to go to the heart of Ubtao, but I don't care about that, and nobody told you to do that. So that's just
So right now, the only things we have that are from NPCs are Wakanga and these two Omu quests. Because the stuff about the dragon and everything
technically, the sage at Orlunga did
Also
give you
told
a
us
quest to go
to-
kill Rasensi.
Yeah, I have that note. And then like all the other stuff you've just said that we've like seen it. Not that it's like the dragon is just
Yeah, that's
like,
all your own.
The
stuff.
death curse
That's just
is
notes. Yeah, the death curse is like the whole point of the campaign. So yes, that's on the list.
The
I've
reward will be you're done.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah, the reward will be you did it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So you finish with this business, and I think that there is a day. It's like a day later, where the storm breaks, and the sun is out enough that it's not rainy, and we fade in on the group of you, and you're outside. But all we see is like open sky, basically, because you've been flown by the Aarakocra up on top of the peninsula where Kirsabal is built into the side. So you are very high up on a flat panel of rock, and etched onto the rock, there is a circle. You recognize, Arcturus, that the circle is it contains runes that are connected to the elemental planes, to elemental power and that sort of thing, and they seem to be sacred to like the powers of air, to the wind dukes of Aka.
Can I ask permission from like whoever's up here? Looks like they're a whatever. Can I ask permission to copy the?
No, not right now. They're doing a ritual. Stop being a nerd for 5 seconds. They're in the middle of a sacred ritual. You can't.
Okay, I'll ask
copy it.
after. I guess.
Yes, don't do your homework now. So we see this place. We see the group of you. You're in the middle of the circle, and you've been told you don't have to do anything. Just be here. Don't interrupt. There are 7, or I guess 6 plus Ashara. I think is how many there are. It's the Dance of 7 Winds. It takes. Let's see. Yeah. 7 Aarakocra, and Ashara. And the Aarakocra are all dressed in what you recognize, even though the tribes of Aarakocra that you visited were far away and they were different. They have similarities in their ritual garb. They are veiled. They have bells hanging from their feathers. They're wearing a kind of like scarf with bells and little bits of shell, but they're also woven in with their own feathers, that kind of thing. So it's their own version of it, but you recognize it as being sacred garb to the Wind Dukes. And the 7 of them stand around the circle, and they're praying quietly as Ashara takes a bowl with all this black powder in it, and she leans over. And she shakes the bowl so that the powder kind of like gets agitated and like lifts up in the air. And she inhales deeply of the spores, the bits of powder, and the rest of the Aarakocra begin to chant and to dance around in a circle. Some of them have instruments, like a drum they're hitting, but mostly it's singing, it's chanting at different intonations. And Ashara begins this sacred dance. And as she performs the dance, as she's like dancing slowly around you to this repeating sort of chant, you notice she's like got her wings spread and she's like flapping them as part of the dance. You notice that they're becoming sort of transparent. Like you partway through, you can start to see through them. Feathers seem to be falling off of her wings and disappearing. And as she finishes the dance, all of the Aarakocra like clap or make a sound all at once, and she like drops, and her wings are gone. Like she just doesn't have them anymore. And she stands up, and she says to you, "It is done. The magic will last for 3 days, after which time I will get my wings back."
I did not realize we were borrowing your wings. I am so grateful. That is quite the sacrifice.
The Wind Dukes demand a price for magic like this. The orchid to prove that you are worthy, and my wings to prove that I think it as well. You have 3 days. Make good use of them. And she looks around at sort of the sky and the jungle laid out before you. And she looks over, and you can see that there are some of the other Aarakocra have come up with your stuff. They've brought your bags, and she says, "I do not mean to rush you, but well, you will not get this chance again. So, best to make the most use of it as you can."
Right. Do we just I've never flown of my own volition before.
Jump in the air.
Right, and Malik is like lifting off of the ground, and she says, "Your friend has the right of it. I can no more teach you to fly than you could teach me to swim. Simply will it, and your body will do the rest. Now I must rest. This ritual has taken much from me."
Right, of course.
And one of her assistants is like, "Okay, come on, teacher, let's go." And they'll have to like fly her down. And yeah, they walk past you, and they like look at you and nod sort of solemnly as you're being left alone up top. And the last one to go is Nefir, and he comes up to you, Arcturus, and he says, "The dance of 7 winds is the most sacred gift we can give. For my life, for your actions, we are now repaid."
Of course. I am glad that we encountered you as we did. This has been an honor.
It was fortuitous for us both. Make use of the Elder's gift. Go to Omu. Undo the curse that this land is under. May the Wind Dukes go with you. And he bows deeply. And he turns and he looks at the rest of you and he says, "Fish friends, good. Fly far now. Have fun." And then he spreads his wings and like glides down to Kirsabal. And you find you're alone with the winds as they howl around you.
Well, she did say not to waste it, so I guess we should get going.
Right.
Not going to
Arcturus
get flying sick, are you? Because that would be...
Air sickness.
No, I've never gotten sick when someone else was flying. I just, well, and then Arcturus just like makes like swimming motions in the air.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you start everybody. Yeah. Like you essentially, once you get the hang of it, like it's just like walking. You just think about what you want to do and you can do it and you can fly. We talked a little bit before about the like rates of travel. Your first day of flight, ooh, ominous. So the first day of flight will be under a heavy storm. You gotta go hard on this one because the Wind Dukes, they want you to learn how to fly in dangerous condition. So if you choose to travel during this day, you will take the level of exhaustion and have to make the con check and everything.
Yeah.
And you'll have to make a wayfinding check. But as we talked about before, I did the math on it, and I figured out for this adventure kind of what I figured was fair, because you can't just travel all day. You can move 9 hexes in a day. If the weather is good, you'll reveal hexes around where you're traveling. Otherwise, it'll just be the line. And this will last for 3 days. So,
Well, I guess we wanted to
Well,
head
cool.
to the heart of Ooptao first, right?
Yeah.
is that where you wanna go?
Yes.
So you
So,
can do-
we'll just do up, down, up, down, up, down until we get there, I guess.
Yeah, you can
Because we're only
almost
clearing
get there
the
in
one
one day.
hole.
You'll have to land. You'll have to land just outside, just under the heart, and then fly up to it.
Rad.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like flying in a storm is like almost like swimming. Except for
Yeah, I mean, there's lightning and thunder and like wind, and you can fly,
The
but
winds
it's
are like
it's
a
dangerous.
current, you know.
Yeah, it is still dangerous, but it's good. Get that tough shit out of the way. So yeah, you head out, and I want to know what everybody's like. What's it like for everybody? Like, how confident is everybody in flying? What is this like for all of you?
She's just like, it's magic, right? It's supposed to work. That's what magic does. Also, flying is cool, you
Yeah.
know. And she's just like confident about it. Not
Is she like
really
flapping her
worried about
arms,
it.
or is she
Nope.
like,
She's flying
She's
like
just,
super
like-
Ishi.
Superman's that shit. Yeah, exactly.
Little Fox takes a while to like get her nerve up to do it, and ends up needing to like psych herself up and then do like the run and jump off and like drops
totally-
off the cliff and then like comes back up.
I totally just to like troll Little Fox, fake you out on that. I run and jump off the cliff and then like disappear down below and then just like pop back up like. It
Oh,
works.
so you know what it is she has to run and jump after you
Oh no!
flying, and she's like, as she's falling, like, wait, what? And then like,
Oh, that's awesome. That's so good.
okay, there we go. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Arcturus is definitely flying as though he's swimming through the air. So
Right.
it's not
Of
like
course.
Superman or like the like I'm walking. It's just like swimming. Like after he gets the hang of it, he's very much doing the like mermaid thing, you know,
hmm
like where you do a wave instead of the frog swim.
Yeah. What about you, Malik?
Malik is at first a little bit skeptical as well, but finds himself acclimatizing to it incredibly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I think based on the fact that in the past, or maybe in his future, he knows that people with the same gift as him do learn to fly. So he's very excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little glimpse into the future. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess with this we don't have wings; we're just flying.
Yeah, you just like magic flight, Superman flight. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we are gonna need, because of the storm, you're gonna need to try to like navigate where you want to land. So normally it would be a disadvantage, but there's 2 of you doing it, so it's going to be a standard navigation test. Let's see how that goes. Arcturus, do you bless everybody before you go?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all stormy because Istitia's like, yeah, you go.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, Malak in chat said, I imagine Malak flying like Magneto, like just the straight up and down hover, the supervillain hover. Yeah, that's the edgelordiest way to fly. Just the like flying along like you're gonna shoot lightning bolts at people. Yeah. Okay, cool. Pace doesn't really matter because you can't really do anything, and the terrain is the easiest. Okay. So let's see. You're gonna go this way, and you're going to end up here. That is the goal. Okay. Let's see. So let's roll for, I guess I don't need to roll for encounters. Let me see.
I
Is
mean, I
there
guess
an
if any of the
table for
encounters
in this
are, any of the encounters are like flying things, it would still count.
No, I'm not going to roll on the table because there's no sky encounters?
We could just be really unlucky, and if you roll a 1, then
Dragon.
yeah, we just meet the dragon. It's like, what do you
Jesus.
do?
That'd be really bad. Okay, and then all right. Okay, all right. So you fly through the storm, like pretty sure of where you're going, but it's tough to navigate because it's all storms, and you dip down, and then you can see the surface of the trees, but it's your visibility is very difficult. Everybody mark a level of exhaustion. You finally settle down in the jungle.
How do you mark exhaustion?
You can just write on your character sheet somewhere that you have a level of exhaustion.
Oh, okay.
Food wise, is somebody going to go? You're not near a river, but if Arcturus or Ishi want to go and search for food, you could try and do that.
I wish I'd not done it because I want to do dragon style like aerial hunting.
It's way too stormy for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm not wandering out in the jungle on my own. That's not my jam.
Okay. All right. So you set down as it starts to get dark.
Food and water.
You have that spell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So everybody eats magic food.
Mush.
You rest. And
We have to do a con.
everybody make a DC 10 con check.
I'm okay.
How do we figure this worked? It was like you get one level of exhaustion for traveling, and then at the end of the day, you check for another. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Okay, so if
Yeah.
anybody fails this, you just end up with
2.
two. Yeah. Okay, so you're all fine. All right, so everybody recovers. The next day,
I have a quick question
Yes.
before we do this. Are we owed any experience for completing Nangalore and killing those people? Because
oh, that's right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Nangalore was an NPC quest.
And yeah, we're getting pretty close to level
You are,
6.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, let me.
Are we though? I'm like we're still like 2,800.
If the quest is like a grand or something, like
Okay, so I still.
Yeah, we probably won't level.
Thank goodness for my foresight for having written this down in advance. Okay, so let's see. These guys are worth divided by there were 5 of you. Okay, so the fight was worth 350 experience. And then the quest, let's see. The quest is worth another Nangalore. I say this one was. And you're all 5th level?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Nangalore's another 750. Cool. All right. So, the next day, let's see how the storm goes. So the terrible storm of the night before, everybody gets a chance to rest, but now it's just rainy. It's calmed down.
When we rest, do we cure that 1 level of exhaustion, or do we carry it into the next day?
So we talked about this before, and let's go through it again just because I can't remember. So you take 1 at the beginning of the day, which gives you disadvantage on the navigating roll. You make a DC con check to potentially gain another, and then at the end of the day,
And then you long rest.
A long rest heals 1. So you only had 1, you're back to 0.
Yeah, so you're back to
That's
0
how it
and
works. Yes.
extra 1.
Yeah.
And then you're
So
stuck.
it's just I was confused because the way it was written, the wayfinding at disadvantage. The thing is, of course, it is because that's how that works.
I thought that we gained the exhaustion because of traveling.
You do, yeah. Choosing to travel gives you 1, and then maybe another 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, great. So it's rainy the next day. You get ready to wayfind. Do you want to make that test? I just want to I want to show you something as soon as you're done this. I just need the roll first.
Yeah. Where are we?
Yeah, you got really lost, like super fucking lost. You're over here.
How?
You rise up above the jungle, you turn, and you went in circles. So when you get lost,
we flew 9 tiles.
You did. You went 90 miles in circles. So whenever you get lost, I roll a d6 for every hex you leave. And then I roll another d6 for every hex you leave, and I did that 9 times, and you just ended up going like around in a circle, basically.
Yay.
The farthest away you ever were from Kirsabal was like over here.
That's
What a
horrible.
giant waste of our day! Hooray! I'm so glad we had this flight spell. Woohoo! Could have got here on foot in the same amount of time. Yay! All right.
So what happens? You get lost.
We should have rolled better.
Yeah. To be fair, you rolled a 1. You got a 1, which still was an 11. But that's how it goes. Sometimes you get lost.
Plus 4.
Yeah, I know. I added it all up.
Wait, 1 plus 6
Yes.
plus right.
It's
Not 11.
You did not get the 15 you needed.
Yep.
Yeah, the reason they got lost flying was because they were flying through a heavy storm. One of the only chances to get lost while flying.
Today, we're just not going to. We're just going to go.
Okay, so there's no storm this time, so you don't have to. You don't even have to roll. You can see the heart of Ubtao foggily through the distance, so you can just go straight that way.
Well, but Dave was saying we won't be able to get all the way to Omu with our 2 days of flying.
You never would have been able to go to Heart of Ubtao and Omu unless you had spent 0 days at the Heart of Ubtao.
Yeah, so what the plan initially was 1 day to travel to the Heart of Ubtao, 1 day there, and then 1 day leaving, which gets us most of the way.
Yes.
Now,
now you have to decide, yeah.
Yeah, we
true.
don't actually get to go to the Heart of Ubtao unless
that's what you choose to do.
Well, unless Adam is going to rule that we have enough time to spend a day there and then come down. Because otherwise we're stuck on top of it with no way to fly down.
You've spent 24 of the 36 hours of flight you have.
Wait.
I mean 72.
72.
Well, no, you haven't left yet. This is the morning of you spent 24 hours traveling around in circles. Or
Yes,
72
and
hours.
3
Yeah,
days
sorry.
is
Yeah, not
72.
36 hours. But
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we're all on the same page here.
Yeah.
We have enough time, assuming that we don't spend a full 24-hour block at the Heart of Ubtao, we could at least fly down from it and be in that hex on the ground. And what other opportunity will we have to go to the Heart of Ubtao?
I suppose, yeah.
It would be my question for the group, right? Because like how else are we gonna fucking fly?
Right. It's a shame that we don't get to do everything we wanted, but this is the highest priority because it's the only time it can be a priority.
So let's go.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
do the thing.
All right. So let me clear the path there.
We're going to get so many hexes cleared.
Look at all these hexes.
And if the Heart of Ubtao gives us 1400 XP, then I get to level 6 and we travel twice as fast through the jungle. So at least there's that.
Not bad. That would be cool.
All right. So you fly to the heart of technically just shy of the Heart of Ubtao. Because you go 9 hexes. So you're just shy of it. But I think because that's gonna potentially change your plans, right? Because if you don't spend the full 24, you can still fly down at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what we were just.
Because you're so
Yeah,
fast,
basically
you'll be able to
we have,
spend
like-
1/9 of the day.
Yeah, which is a very small amount of time, and we can, we can extend our day to be 24 hours instead of just the usual like.
Yeah, and you don't get the hexes around your path because it has to be sunny and clear for that. Which you didn't get.
Whatever,
So
9 hexes in a day is still.
that's a lot of travel. Yeah.
Yep.
It's 3 days of boat. And then you're exhausted. Like it physically does take like a toll on you. Same as traveling. So you settle in, and above you, like as you level down onto the jungle, the Heart of Ubtao is there. I think I might have a handout. Let me take a quick look.
I think, we saw a
Because
picture.
you showed it to us previously.
Yeah,
but
I've
let's
definitely
refresh our
showed it to you.
memories.
So let's take a look. These are all creatures, I think. Those are NPCs.
Oh, I see it in your chapter 2 player
thank you.
hand.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, because it'll just show the heading of the handouts. So for everybody at home, that's the Heart of Ubtao.
Looks like a heart.
It does look like a heart. It's shaped like that. And also, it's got this big-ass petrified tree on it, and the tree, rainwater, drips off the roots, and it picks up iron from the stone, and it's all red and drippy. I'll read the Heart of Obtau description to you. A massive chunk of earth and rock, torn from the earth, drifts over the swampy forest, about 100 feet above the ground. A petrified tree towers above the stone with its roots protruding from the bottom. Between the shape of the rock and the branching of the tree's limbs, it creates the impression of a gigantic stone heart hanging in the sky. The impression is only made more gruesome by the red liquid dripping from the roots. You see a cave mouth on the side of the slowly rotating heart, and a staircase winding up from the cave to the flattened top where the petrified tree stands. The staircase definitely isn't natural. It was carved with tools into the rock. And that is the Heart of Obtau.
I want to see what's inside this tree.
Yeah, hell yeah. So you rest this night. So it's magic food again?
Yep, I can use the spell at the end of the day and then have the slot back tomorrow morning. So
Trying Sunny.
So the next right. So the next day, I thought this might happen.
Yeah.
So the next day, well, hold on. The problem is the next day you'll at least get to clear the hexes around the heart. The next day is dry and sunny, which means you can clear a bunch of hexes if you travel again.
Oh no. How far can we go?
Or we can go to this Heart of
Or
Obtau,
you can
which
go to
is
the heart. Yeah.
the hex, the
It is.
mega hex.
Yeah, who cares about clearing vision when we can go to a place that matters? Oh, look, a bunch of nothing versus, oh, look.
Okay,
It's just gonna
salty.
be more jungle. It's just going to be more jungle, Dave. Don't worry.
it's just jungle. all of
That's
it.
When I get
I mean, you
to-
can say that, but there's stuff hidden in the jungle.
I
when I
mean,
get to level-
I'm just saying it so that we can like do the thing. I want to go to the heart thing.
Sure.
when I get to level 13, I'm going to give up on adventuring and just use my daily flight power and just fly
around the jungle, air survey.
Yeah.
Okay. At the very least, you'll get all these hexes like around.
Heart of Obtau. Heart of Obtau.
So the next day it is dry and sunny, and you just want to like fly up to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. So let me move the thing here. I'll clear all these hexes around you. Give you these. Oops. The heart disappears. Let me do these ones. There you go. Okay. So yeah, swampy, like low terrain. Less like jungle trees and more kind of like gnarled brush. You can see the Aldani Basin from here, obviously, out in that direction. As you fly up towards the Heart of Obtau. So let me. I have a separate map for that. So let me go and grab your tokens, and I will set you down on the Heart of Obtau, and we can talk about what is there. And actually, this would be a good time for a break, so we can start with the heart. But I'll move everybody over, and then we'll do that. So you fly up out of the jungle and into first the sun, and then we see the heart kind of growing in your vision. I think I have another map for it. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. And and so you approach this heart, which we saw a long time ago, out in the distance. And you want to, I assume, land on the little like platform that's sticking out from it, where you saw the door. Okay, let's pull you over. Okay, so here's what happens. So you can y'all see the heart? Okay, you have visibility on this? Yeah, you do. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you fly up the 100 feet or whatever, and you settle down on the platform, and you can just see it's really bright out, so you can't quite make out what's inside. But as you land, you kind of get your footing. You look inside, and we see a figure approaching from the inside of the heart. Someone is occupying this place, and they have been waiting for you. And so we see this dark silhouette emerging from the cave, and we'll go to break there. So stick around. When we get back, we will find out who dwelleth within the Heart of Obtau.
Ishi,
Do we-
you do
It's
the
just
thing.
artist Simber again.
I was gonna say, do we smell ham?
We'll talk about the ham when we get back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.